Hey universe, it is the 12th of February at 10:59 p.m. So I have to be at work in 9 hours and 1 minute. So I do not intend to take all 9 hours and 1 minute of time here, but I'm capable. Don't double dare me, because you will be regretting the maneuver that requires me to respond within. For I will take up that dare and talk for 9 hours and 1 minute, even though it is 10:59 now, 11 o'clock at night, and that would mean speaking for the complete nighttime into sunrise. Obviously, I've done that once or twice before, and twice as being so minuscule in true assessment of the number of times I've gone from this point of time till sunrise. I like the night, though. I've always liked the night. The night is still. It's quiet. It lets me think. It gives me the opportunity to appreciate the peaceful nature of a world where humanity is asleep. But I also like the busy activity of daytime. I'm not some recluse. Actually, I am a recluse. Well, not lately, but I was for a long time. Oh, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about too many variations on greenery on the way into the recording studio. And I actually went green. We're full on go green today. And I do not do this very often. And I had forgotten how heady stupid it makes you. Like, I don't know if I can remember the name of my first dog at this point. Of course I can remember the name of my first dog. Well, it depends on what you consider my first dog. Like, is that the first dog that was in my life? In that case, it's a basset hound named Rebel. But if it's the first dog I ever owned, well, then that would be what would that be? I guess, really, that would be Max, the English Springer Spaniel, that moved from my mom to me and was the greatest dog ever before Phoebe. And the many dogs in between. But, wow. Hey, universe. Nice bag of weed Carl brought us in the Honda Accord this time. Holy smoky. Cheech and Chongy. Okay, here we go. I guess this is the greasy wheel gets the attention. What is that dumb cliche? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Yeah. Well, the universe literally squirted grease all over me because of my squeakiness about not finding any kind of fulfillment at work, because I've just been overrun by fulfilling interactions at work, to the point I'm almost feeling guilty that there are people all around me that need help. I mean, I guess aside from maybe one person, everyone around me needs help. Nobody's got their shit together. And I'm not trying to imply that I do. If anything, this whole confession here is to admit that I don't. But what's odd is being able to actually see exactly the help that the people around me need, and to know I could give it to them. And I'm just not sure if that's a step I should take. I'm taking that step with Zebra because Zebra needs that step. And that's a step that, frankly, if somebody else were in the situation that he's in, I would be having the same step conversations with them. But what do you do with somebody who's overwhelmed by anxiety? I know what that's like. I know exactly where that's coming from, and I even know, I can see exactly what false path of recovery this person is trying to pursue that's not going to work out. And you say to yourself, how much do you intervene there? Again, you can't tell people how to learn the lessons life has to teach them. They have to learn those, right? They have to walk through them. They have to go water that plant until it recovers, or chop down that overgrown tree until they can see, or whatever other, we'll go with earthy analogies you like today. But regardless of how the dirt's piling up, at some point, cleaning off that dirt is someone's personal job of recovery. Like I say about my job of forgiveness with the universe is mine. It's my pursuit. It's a job nobody can really even help me with. I can share my trials and tribulations therein, as I think we all should. Those journeys are of great value to share in conversation with others, both the strengths and weaknesses of the moments and pursuing a greater version of yourself, I think has value for everybody. And like I said, when I said Ziggy could teach me some things, that's where I'm coming from. I'm realizing for the first time that his journey is cycling into a place where mine needs a little gravity shot around the planet to get a much needed boost of momentum, and I think he's right there to do that for me. How do I know that? I don't. But in some way, shape, or form, I know I'm going to accelerate via his presence. And I have a feeling that maybe that's just to give me enough momentum to help accelerate some of the people around me who are skidding in place. And everything that you do to push energy towards somebody else in a beneficial capacity for them, somebody else is going to be pushing that energy back at you in some way for you. And it's almost like I can see these pieces on the board. I can tell which way the game flow will move, so that it cycles through and everybody's benefit is the highest. I've never seen the universe in any way, shape, or form that resembles what I see it in now. It's like everything I see is a spinning cycle of influence. Every human I meet is a sphere of both confidence and underconfidence in what they're doing and trying to get done, versus what they've just done or accomplished previously. And I can read so much of it now. And maybe it's just because I've banged my head into so many lampposts that I now know what different broken light fixtures look like and how to fix them. It's entirely possible that's all it is. A matter of enough experience being a douchebag that I know how to flush myself down the toilet. And I can certainly see where other people can flush those stoppages down as well. Now there's an analogy we never need to revisit. But if the rest of my days were spent helping anybody be less anxious, less unsure, less underconfident, less filled with doubt, or less tricked into pursuing an outcome that will end up feeling hollow and empty inevitably, I would sign up and give everything away, move into the barracks, put on the uniform, and do my job until I literally fell over on the job. And all of a sudden, here I sit in this field of opportunity where I see a whole garden that's just been untended. And there is so much beauty waiting to emerge. But I don't know if my role is to make sure the sunshine gets through so that the plants can respond in their own capacity, or if I literally need to come in with the tools I have to prune and sculpt some of the most damaged elements to ensure that they don't wither further. I don't know where my role is, and I don't want to push. More than anything, I always want people to figure stuff out for themselves because it means so much more. And I would never, ever think to take credit for someone else's progress in ascending to a better version of themselves. But to help someone walk a path toward an outcome like that is a tricky balancing act of not telling somebody something they could do differently, but showing somebody a way that maybe they're not thinking of viewing themselves, so that they can have an opportunity to rethink a situation in which they're stuck. I know that sounds maybe like some sort of peripheral passive attempt to sort of influence people from afar, and if it doesn't work, well, c'est la vie. But really, if I'm in enough of an orbit that I know your name and I see you once a week or more, I can influence you in that capacity. I don't need to overwhelm you. I don't need to sit you down and have a conversation, nor do I need to have you walk through these 15 different versions of myself so you can understand what it means to ascend into a version you like. Nope. I can just keep being me, being kind, understanding, forgiving, truthful, upbeat, conversational, occasionally funny, occasionally not funny, but always sincere, and always looking for graceful outcomes whenever I'm interacting with another person. And for the last 3 days, universe, my cup runneth over to the point I wish I had a big cup. Haha. Anyhow, I thank you. And again, remember, if you're not looking for the wins in the universe, are you looking hard enough? Because I didn't have that much different of a day the last 3 days, and yet I had phenomenal days. Because the universe let me be helpful in ways I didn't expect to get to be helpful. Of course I'm helpful if you want to know the difference between the Atlantic salmon and the sockeye salmon. Duh, it's like chicken versus duck. But when somebody tells me that they had to call in sick to work because of their anxiety attacks, then that opens a conversation to talk about how tough it can be to just make it out of bed some days. Well, that's a person I didn't expect to get to help. And I am not trying to pat myself on the back as some sort of influence that made their life better today. But I listened to somebody who I think needed their universe to have a little more understanding in it. And of course I'm understanding. Anxiety? If you don't have anxiety, then you're not living in America. That's for sure. But the anxiety of feeling like a failure because you keep attracting the wrong kind of guy, well, that's anxiety I can definitely help you with. Because you can flip that around by just remembering that the wrong kind of guy is attracted to the wrong signals. And the only signal that pushes that guy away is how, when one shows that they love themselves, broken people don't want to play because they don't know how to fit into that universe. That's who I was. And so when I see those broken pieces rolling around now, all I want to say to them is, you're whole. You just don't know it. And give me a month or 2 or 7 or 36. But whatever time frame it takes to just show this young woman that she is more whole than she knows, and that the broken men that find her in life are finding her because she doesn't believe she's worth better. We're all worth better. Even me. Well, I don't know about the cat. Is the cat really worth better? What do you think, Phoebe? Nah. Nobody likes Kitty. Not even Phoebe.